Unless I want to spit out another Novgorod, but nah, let's not do that. And with this, I will start integrating Novgorod. There's very little reason not to. He's just hanging around, taking up space. And that land could well be mine. How old is your king, Jake? Maybe you have to... maybe it's time to have a hunting accident and lose some prestige. I don't really want that. I do not want to change my ruling dynasty because I've thrown it onto my subjects. I did throw, yeah. I gave Nitra a Rurkovic. Okay, Novgorod can't get one because they're a republic. And, okay, I didn't do it to Lithuania. Well, the subjects I had, I gave it to. I still want the Rurkovics to dominate. It's my real way of showing Muscovy who the better player is. Regardless, though, I don't see any reason not to make this peace. The Ottomans will be very happy with that one favour. But most importantly, I give Muscovite land, Muscovite core, to them. Yeah, looks good to me. And nobody that matters wants to challenge me over it. Very sweet. Hey Novgorod, here's your new castle. Oh, they're actually not very happy with me. I'll give them Pskov. Wasn't I going to give them something else that I took? Huh, no, that was it. They're still not particularly happy with me, and that's far from good. I don't want them getting support from anybody. I mean, I've got tons of prestige, which I probably should have just used moments ago. Alternatively, let's get ourselves some Dipro rep and use the time that we buy with that to improve relations. Once it's high enough, we can get them integrated. Expensive though it is, let's core Nizhny Novgorod. It's in a different area, so that's okay. It's just going to be a territory for us. And Muscovy is now just a broken shell. Sod off. We fought for Bremen fair and square. Bryansk. Yes, I remember which one Bryansk is. I mean, getting some nice favors with the Boyars may be pretty good when I buy in all that military support from them. Seems almost worth my time. I mean, that would give me a ridiculously high thingamajigger with them, but the Diet Held is going to go away soon, so I could recruit a minister. You know, recruit a minister, turn a blind eye. Was I bad at counting, or... okay, no, it's just something else ended there. That's troubling. Oh well, regardless, I want that extra mill power, but now I've really got to get rid of this. Don't know how I managed to screw that one up as badly as I did, but I did. Unless I throw them out of some of their provinces, they're getting pretty mad at me. Oh well. I'm sure we won't have it happen again. Alright, everybody want to be my march. Yeah, it grows by 4 per month, so I don't have long. Could always squeeze those levies out of them, but when I start retracting their land, they're going to be pretty peeved with me. Even when that Diet Held thing goes away in a few years. Alright, looks like Kiev is being taken back. I mean, they're still going to get plenty mad with me, but at least it's a little less mad now. You don't have states or dip power. Don't fool cores and vassals. Better that territorial in... what? I know what you're saying though. At least I think I do. You don't have states or dip power. Don't fool cores. Aren't fool cores in vassals better? Perhaps, but I still just want to grow super large. It's a bit dangerous to make Lithuania a bit fatter off of Teutonic Order lands right now. Novgorod's a bit dangerous here. Opinion, dip rep. I mean, I should probably boost it up a bit by influencing their nation, expensive though it is. Buys us a bit of trust to keep them on my side. And having a much larger army would also help, but I'm already pretty much at my limit there. There we go. Things are looking good for us. Ryazan's all well and nice, but it's not having a castle anymore. We don't have to defend as rigorously here as we used to. Same for Kaching. Rostov has its own fort. And you don't need to be there anymore. Novgorod's a bit of an issue if they start getting any angrier, so I need to integrate them. My subjects have a combined power which is just too high. Jake, start annexing 200 relations with Novgorod. Yes, there is. Get inside me. It's going to cost 1,000 dip. It's going to cost me 5 per month. Good thing we have plenty of income of it. So, get inside me. Still going to pump up the relations a bit more though, because I really do not want them going hostile and then suddenly getting anything. Scotland's giving up their colonial empire for some reason. Couldn't explain why. But I still want to eat up Scotland. St. George's Day. Traditionally, peasants have had the right to move from one area to another under controlled forms on this day of St. George. This ensures a degree of mobility whilst also safeguarding the year's crop. Lately, however, many landlords complain that peasants are abusing this privilege to seek a better life. Abusing this privilege! How dare they try to seek a better life? Landlords in... Okay, this needs to change right now. Ka-ching. There we go. They'll not be able to render military... Ooh, I do like getting military. But I also really like getting some stability. The boyars are already extremely unhappy. They're going to have to remain that way. There we go. Yeah, unhappy, full of influence. This is like the worst you could get. But the Diet held will go away soon enough. Yeah, it will be soon enough as well. English Pope is demanding that we destroy, what was that, Kilwa? Nicholas has been forgotten. We're not terribly in need of bringing him back. But, you know, I am still the unpopular man of Europe. And burning that aggressive expansion is pretty important. So, yes, we will have that. It's a shame because, you know, Christ Pantocrator would be pretty damn useful for a lot of things. Construction cost. I want to build a lot of manufactories soon. But I'll probably save up money and then get him and build loads of manufactories 20 years before manufacturing institution spawns. So when this is forgotten, I need to remember that manufactories are the way forward. With that in mind, I don't know why I'm paying my army. We should be saving money. We should be saving tons of ducats. And I should probably sort out my army as well. Currently I can't tell my armies from my leggies. Dr. Aftish, the inferior, for some reason complaining about me uninventing serfdom. Just you wait until FTL, we'll find out just how much I know about serfdom. Work the lands, I mean airlocks. You know, Bremen is very likely to just revolt on me. Probably wasn't a good idea just to bring everybody away from them. But who knows, maybe Lubeck will declare war on us and fight them for us. It's a magnificent Europe you got in your game, says Eran. I'm particularly impressed with Palatinate, Savoy. Hungary was incredibly impressive. I can't help but feel that I caused it, though. Right, I still want to beat up the Teutonic Order. The limiting factor right now is how my subjects really want to get on my teats. That said, I can turbo develop both of them out of my hair, especially if I develop lands which are going to be mine, like this. I could sink a load of mill points in it, for example. That would keep Novgorod permanently happy with me. And Lithuania I can do much and such the same with. That would give me opportunity to crush into Teutonic Order more or less immediately and get those Lithuanian cores back. It's going to take a long time to integrate Novgorod. Well, I don't know, 18 years for 1,000 points isn't that bad. Check the ledger. Who will fund your future infrastructure of modernization, says Haya. Good point. Well, the Ming is filthy rich, as are Venice, Portugal, and Buryatia. Is there anyone immediately punchable, though? Well, Venice have a lot of not much, but I'm not best see a being, even if it's for 5 grand. Who else is on the list? Portugal. The trouble is they could find ways to spend that money pretty quickly. Well, off to Ming it is then. Ah well. Don't feel bad about gutting Hungary. Remember the Serbian camp. No, I'm not feeling bad about them anymore. We'll have to get Poland as a subject soon though. Economic base tax difference is still huge though. Even if they are friendly and I'm more powerful, there are plenty of other things getting in the way. So I will just probably subjugate them by force once I carve my way down through the Teutonic Order. Which I must remark again, will cheese off the Germans, since Teutonic Order are Germanic. But what I will first be doing is taking back all these Lithuanian cores, naturally. And maybe just sniping a province or two for myself, like Danzig and Memel. You know, places that are certainly going to have this institution for me. Danzig fits that bill to a T. Well, with that in mind, let's pull you for a bit. And I don't need help with my tech anymore. I'm going to build a spy network on the Teutonic disorder. And get ready for war with them. Otherwise, I really need to sort out my armies here. My fortifications are a bit of a mess here. This fort is completely unnecessary. But Riga will extend to here, you extend to here, and out and out and out. So that all looks okay. Not sure what purpose Revel serves. I guess if people go up around this way, I kind of want Revel to block their path. Still, it's quite the expense, all these fortifications. Get more cannons, Jake. Already did. Now, I agree wholeheartedly that more cannons would be better cannons. But I need to think what a good army structure is right now. Current combat width is 30. It will go up at next tech, but that's a while away. But 32 halves into 16, which halves into 8 to 4 to 2, so I guess we'll assume it's 32 then. So what's the best way for 32? 32 units would be 16 cannons, 12 infantry for 4 horses. So with that in mind, all of our units are now going to be in Kaluga, and I'm going to sort my armies properly for once. Yeah, I ain't embracing, even if it does give me an extra merchant. Okay, what did I just say? 16 cannons? 1, 2, 3, 4 horses, and a bunch of Streltsy. There, that's an ideal stack. Move them over to Oka. 12, 4, 16. You know, I'd get rid of all these mercenaries if I didn't really think I wanted them. So I mean, 12. Yeah, my force limit is just not able to handle this right now. I could get rid of all my mercs and then actually have what I want for a second bout, but mercs are needed where manpower cannot prevail. And that just leaves a whole bunch of nobodies behind. get rid of the regular infantry that are not Streltsy. That's true, however, there's still beautiful manpower that I might need to burn later on. I mean, deleting this guy, for example, is just getting rid of 1,000 manpower and I get nothing for it. Bit of a shame, but what can you do? Well, you can declare war on the Teutonic Order. It's always an option. I don't owe the Ottomans favours now, so they're not willing to just go in for my wars anymore. And they've suddenly cottoned on to the fact that I'm a bit nasty. Nonetheless. I mean, I've got to take Danzig. It's part of the perfect Hansa. You can suicide them against a rebel stack to get half your manpower. But I've tried that before, but there's no rebel stacks just begging to be ravaged like that. Alright, thankfully we got the spread of global trade going around here. Unfortunately, it's a bit slow. It's going to take quite a bit of time to make its way over to Rostov at that rate. Yeah, it spreads slower than I thought, actually. And that's with the super speed of spread. So yikes, it's super slow. Now Kaching could probably stand to be a bit faster. And I can do that. Yeah. You can revoke a small development province from the Boyars and get a rebel stack. That's an idea. But I would still have to destroy that rebel stack and then, you know, probably be using my mercs for it. I'm on the fence about having my main stack be Streltsy or mercs. I mean, if I fight with Streltsy, then I lose manpower, which kind of goes against what I'm trying to do here. But they do punch harder. It's hard to argue with that, especially when I don't have better merc discipline. You know, I think we're going to keep this session going until the next age. Once we enter the age of absolutism, I'm going to switch over to the hit comedy into the airlock. How does that sound? Not that it matters how it sounds, we're doing it anyway, but still. How does that sound? Alright, Teutonic disorder are not even possible to be my rival, so it should be an easy war, right? Shame about the whole England involvement, but they're a great power. I doubt they would break that alliance just because I say so. I'd love to ally Savoy in the future. Are you not going to eat at some point, Jake? That's another idea. Not sure what I'd eat. No, I haven't exactly know what I'm going to eat. Some bulgur wheat with veggies. So yeah, I guess I'll take a 40 minutes to an hour break to cook and eat some food. Then we'll have our hit comedy into the airlock. That'll bring us pretty late into the night. Are you going to go for hard mode again? That is entirely up to the captain of the crew, which is not me. I'm the commander, sure. Grand commander, but I'm not captain of the ship. No, Hungary is going to enforce white peace on us this time. I wonder how differently this campaign would have gone if I'd followed that through. We would have defeated Hungary in Teutonic Order, but we would have wrecked us to the point where I'm not sure I would have been ready for the other wars that we faced down. Also, we're almost 10% of the way through getting Novgorod inside us, which is grand. Bit of a shame about... well, many things really, but for one, how not keen he is on being our subject. His high development, which I swear just went up there, is the main thing that's counting against us, but the relative power doesn't help. Nitra's cool, but the thing about Novgorod is I don't have the -10 from same dynasty and royal marriage, which is a damn shame, and there's no easy way to get loads of... kinda helps, but it's temporary. Placating is also rather temporary. Why don't we do it a couple of times and then just forget about it? That's going to keep us good for 20 years. And by then they'll be inside us. Okay, yeah, it would be nice to just keep the prestige, but why worry about that? Spy detection in the Teutons is fairly high, so it's going to take us about half a year to get what we want here. It's just enough time to get those forts of mine active, those units of mine paid for, those coffers of mine inexcusably down the drain. Oh, don't tempt me, free money button. England. Come on, man, you're in debt. You don't want to help them out. You're a great power, so you're not going to do this, but I mean, what would it take? Yeah, a lot more than that. Teutonic Order would also not go that way. No Casus Belli, of course. I could force Ragusa to break up with you beforehand. Very close to it as well. My Diplo rep being down the gutter is actually what's stopping that. Otherwise, they don't think I'm a threat. They don't do it because of trust as well, which I could boost by influencing them, interestingly enough. But I mean, that's totally not worth it. Ragusa's all the way over there. What are they going to do? Not trade with me to death? Yeah, okay, that was poor. I really don't want to deal with those separatists during this war. So let's use happy Russian man powers. Could you get a dip rep advisor? I have a dip rep advisor. It's what's keeping me above the ground with regards to this. Also, okay, thank God I'm coring that. Bremen is hurting my dip rep too. Jake, have you ever gotten a full whiskey Volvo before? What? What's a WV? World Vanquish? I don't know. Man, those boyars are continually not happy with me. This time I'm probably just going to take it, because I mean, this is beyond redemption. But it does sling up faster. Disorder's not a bad thing. Well, for 10 years maybe it is. Fine, take my prestige. I didn't need it. Getting a full West Virginia isn't too hard, alright. He misspelled yeah, I've done 4 world conquests. One of them was on stream. That was the Ryukyu one. Done it as Ryukyu, 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 and Golden Horde. Because I love the Golden Horde. Golden Horde one was so fast as well. Okay, I can put 1 claim and 1 claim only on Teutonic Order. The question is what I want the most. The answer is pretty much Danzig. It gives me a huge amount of power in the Baltic Sea, which propagates well to Novgorod. And it also stops people drinking my trade from Novgorod pretty hard. It's not the highest development province, that much is true, but I am hurting a bit when it comes to aggressive expansion, so yes, I'm adding that. Otherwise, I see a little reason not to just declare the war here. It's not like I'm looking to take everything off of him, so it doesn't matter that England and Ragusa get too involved. No point bringing in Ragusa as a co-belligerent, since that would introduce Hungary to the equation, which I'm not super a fan of right now. My favourite was the Ryukyu Horde one, Jake. Wow, that's a blast from the past. I think a lot from that AER has been destroyed to the weathers of time. Okay, what's the best way to take this guy on? Fort, fort, fort. And a couple more forts. I don't think I have to worry about any attacks from elsewhere. But it would be nice if I could just fight and destroy his troops. Maybe he will come to me, thus removing my necessity of actually bum rushing him. Yeah, well, I'm going to declare war and see what he does. Worst case scenario, the English get involved, and they probably siege these down. But this time I am certainly taking the highest development province around here for Lithuania's court, and that is Braslaw. Bring it on. That's a long list. Oh, thank God, it's just English colonies. So what have I just done? Okay, nothing to worry about though. Okay, I want the Teutons to come to me. I mean, his forts were already down, so there's no problem there. What I don't want are my subjects getting themselves killed. So what I'll do is I'll probably just split you guys in half. Both of you are okay for attaching to. And split you there and there. And I'll move all you guys down to here. And in addition to that, of course, my subjects should be attaching to me. Oh, there's a problem though. He'll go for Lithuanian forts since those are the easiest targets. But that's also not a problem because they're in nice defendable positions. Except he immediately decided to bombard that. Funny the way that goes. Okay, it goes against the whole everything thing, but I'm just going to merge you guys together. Alright, if you can do one good thing in your life, Palenque, that's hold out at 21% odds. I'll be there for the next tick. Please, Jake, stop streaming while I'm at work, says Pameritus. Well, you're at work during summertime, which is your own problem. I'm here in Sweden where they actually believe in taking care of workers, which is why it's I'm enjoying my big-ass vacation here. Jeez, 11 days until that thing pops. I'm gonna have to go and ruin your day, which is ruining my day because you're gonna flank me hard. Your units are superior to my own. I'm sure it can hold at 35%. Well, I'm sure we can take it. Oh shoot, it's okay, we'll still get there. Gonna bum rush it. What is he doing? More like, what am I doing? Curse you, villainous. Okay, what's with all these? I got my institution spread stuff going on, otherwise I don't think I need to encourage development here right now. Otherwise, yes, I'm more than too happy to encourage the spread of this institution as super fast as we can. I mean, ideally it goes to Rostov. But, I mean, look at the amount of power we have. We can wait a while on this. This is ideally timed for me right now. My mercenaries can actually fight like they're not made of wet toilet tissue. Now what is he going to do? Competent cousin. Alright, you know what? I can out-siege this guy any day of the week, so I'm not scared. Why is Brittany involved? Okay, vassal of England, makes sense. In topsy-turvy land. And he's going to gold again, which is no big deal. It would be a bigger deal if the English suddenly arrived with a massive onslaught of units. Considerably bigger deal. They're fairly amassing, though. It's okay, adds to the excitement, right? Especially when that one goes down and we move along to, say, block. Oh, by all means, try and siege me down. What worries me a little bit is that he's probably actually not going to have any trouble sieging Revel down. At which point you guys will be a lot safer further south, away from the madness. Actually, Revel won't last 2 seconds. He immediately pops it. But that's okay, we're making good progress down here as well. And he has to waste his mill, whilst I most certainly do not. I still have access through Friesland. That needs to stop right now. It's also been happening for a long time. Speaking of things that need to stop.